Hello everyone, and welcome. The second summer banner for 2018 was just revealed, and it's time for our new unit review. There are 4 units to go over, so let's get started. Our first banner unit is Linde. Linde is a cavalry dagger with 144 BST. She has a res super boon and a defense super bane. Stat-wise, Dagger Linde is a lot like Tome Linde. She has premium offensive stats, especially for a cavalier, and is our first mounted dagger unit. Her bulk, however, is awful. With 49 base physical bulk and 59 base magical bulk, Linde will die to most distant counter threats. She holds up well versus mages, but that's a niche that's already filled by other, much cheaper units. Linde's weapon is the Starfish, a generic dagger with a built-in desperation effect. As long as Linde is at or below 75% health, her follow-ups are immediate. Additionally, the Starfish includes the standard defense and res debuff found on most daggers. This weapon family is interesting. It's hard to evaluate, but I think players who enjoy using daggers will be happy to pick up a copy. On units like Kagero and Soth, who have great attack and are already mergeable, the Starfish opens up potent avenues of attack. I think the Barb Shuriken is overall more consistent, but the Starfish is a cool novelty. Linde's assist skill is Ardent Sacrifice. Her A skill is Brazen Attack Res, and her B skill is Cancel Affinity. Brazen Attack Res is new, but I feel like Brazen Attack Speed and Attack Defense are better skills in general. Linde is a cool unit that struggles. She's just too frail to function in a lot of circumstances, and while having a cavalry buffed dagger is neat, having a cavalry buffed archer is better. Fans of dagger units, novelty units, or Linde herself will be happy, but I think most players can give this one a pass. Our second unit is another colorless one, Takumi. Takumi is a flying archer with 150 BST. He has a super bane in HP, so you need to avoid that if you want him to be score optimized. Takumi is our second flying archer, alongside Wings of Fate Hinoka, and like her, he's pretty good without being broken. Takumi's claim to fame is his 35-35 offensive stat line, so in the absolute worst case, he's a Bridal Cordelia that can fly. His base physical bulk is also a respectable 61, so he stands up well to physical distant counter. Like Linde, Takumi's weapon has a built-in desperation effect. The fishy bow is good for all the same reasons as the Starfish, and then some. That then some, by the way, is the option to combine it with Bold Fighter on Halloween Jacob, or use it on Brave Lynn. Takumi's special is Glimmer, his A skill is Fury, and his C skill is Odd Res Wave. Summer Takumi is a good pickup for players interested in a flying archer, who might have missed out on Wings of Fate Hinoka. Although he lacks the strengths of Hinoka's personal weapon, I think his higher physical bulk makes him a more appealing unit, at least in my opinion. Our third unit is a bit of a hot topic, pun intended. Camilla pushes the boundaries of what a flying mage can do, and she seems to be a stronger overall unit than Summer Corrin. This banner reintroduces concerns about power creep, and I have to admit, they aren't unfounded. Summer Camilla is a flying blue mage with 150 BST. Like Takumi, she has a super bane in HP that can impact her score. Compared to Summer Corrin, Camilla has more HP, attack, speed, and defense. She has 7 less resistance, but overall has 3 more BST. Given that an offensive mage's most important stats are HP, attack, speed, and defense, not necessarily in that order, I think Summer Camilla is clearly a cut above Summer Corrin. That's a big disappointment, especially if you already invested a lot into Summer Corrin before. With higher defense and HP, Camilla is better against distant counter. With higher attack and speed, she's better as a blade mage. And we can't forget, she just scores higher too. Summer Corrin is only marginally better as an anti-mage, and she takes a bit less from dragons, but otherwise the advantages for Camilla seem plain as day. Camilla's weapon is a Summer Desperation Tome. It's good, but it will likely get benched in favor of a Blade Tome. Her special is Draconic Aura, her A skill is Death Blow, the B skill is Flyer Formation, and her C skill is Hone Flyers. If nothing else, Summer Camilla is an amazing fodder unit for Flyer Emblem players. In terms of general use, she's good as well. She almost obsoletes both Summer Corrin and Female Morgan on the player phase. Her enemy phase is weak, but it can always be bolstered with buffs. While Camilla is not strictly better than Summer Corrin, she's about as close to strictly better as you can get. Our last unit is making a stir, and with good reason. Summer Young Tiki might look cute, but beneath the surface, she's an absolute monster. Summer Young Tiki is a flying red dragon with 168 BST. Thanks to her BST and personal weapon, Summer Young Tiki is a high score unit, on par with Myrrh and most Gen 1 armors. Stat-wise, Summer Young Tiki is literally female Grima but better. Their stats are identical, except Tiki has more attack, more speed, more defense, and more res. That's right, in terms of base stats, Young Tiki is strictly superior to female Grima. Of course, we should be wary about comparing units directly across colors, even if their weapons are the same. Plus, Grima does have virtual stats in the form of her blessing, while Tiki doesn't. If you want comparisons in red units specifically, I would suggest comparing Tiki to New Year's Camilla, but you may not like what you see. Regardless, with a 33-37 offensive stat line stapled onto a 72 physical and 66 magical bulk shell, it's hard to argue with the numbers. Summer Tiki has exceptional stats. She's as premium gets. Tiki's weapon is Summer's Breath, a 16 might dragon breath with defense +3. Like all post-refined breath weapons, Summer's Breath deals adaptive damage to ranged units and magic damage to melee ones. It's also effective versus enemy dragons and has a built-in special acceleration effect. Considering that the steady breath effect is not normally available on flying units, Summer's Breath catapults Tiki from the good tier into the outstanding one. She will be, without a doubt, one of the most powerful units in the game, likely for a long time to come. I really can't overstate how strong this weapon is. It bundles a lot of great things into one package, leaving your A slot open for distant counter. It's absurdly, ridiculously, insanely good, and few weapons get anywhere close. Tiki's A skill is Attack Def Bond. Her B skill is Hit and Run, and her C skill is Dragon Valor. These skills are fine, but I really don't think Summer Young Tiki should ever be foddered. She's just too strong. When building Tiki, I recommend using Chills, Wind Sweep, Feints, or other obnoxious B skills. She's plenty fast already, and the effect of her personal weapon keeps your enemy phase solid. She has a truly flexible B slot, and you should take advantage of that for all it's worth. I'm torn on whether I should do a dedicated video for Summer Tiki. On the one hand, she's an amazing unit, capable of running a lot of diverse and interesting builds. On the other, she'll almost always require a full kit replacement, including distant counter to shine, as well as merges to scale her stats. Summer Young Tiki is whalebait through and through, and while I think anyone will be happy to pull a copy, it looks to me like she's designed to drive sales through power. I don't like that, and I feel like Summer Young Tiki, despite all the cool things she can do, is kind of a bad look for our first ever new red dragon. Overall, this banner is chock full of powerful units and solid skills. I'm a little annoyed that 3 out of the 4 appear to be indirect power creep over existing units. Still, that's just me, and I imagine that others will be excited for everything on offer. If you do decide to summon on this banner, I would prioritize Tiki first, Takumi or Camilla second, and Linde third. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. You can find me on Twitter at DireThunderYT, so feel free to send me cool stuff or just drop by to say hello. As always, I hope to see you next time. Take care.